A long time ago, a famous teacher was giving a lecture in a university. And after the lecture ended, a student came to him and said, "I have 2 questions." The teacher said, "All right, ask your questions." And the student asked, "What is the purpose of life? And how can I find my purpose?" The teacher thought for a moment and said, "Your purpose is to keep searching until you find it. It matters because if you believe that people can be kind, then you'll be more likely to treat them with respect and dignity. You'll also be more likely to trust them and to believe in their goodness. And that can make all the difference in creating strong, lasting relationships. So next time you meet a stranger, don't just assume that they're out to get something from you. Give them the benefit of the doubt and see if they can't surprise you with their kindness. You might be shocked by how many good people there are in this world. But there's one thing I want you to do before you go." The man stopped to help and soon had the tractor fixed and running again. The farmer was so grateful that he insisted on buying the man a steak for lunch. At first, the man refused, but eventually accepted the offer. Over lunch, the farmer told the man how much he appreciated his help. "You know," the farmer said, "most people would have charged me for fixing that tractor, but you didn't. Why?" The man thought for a moment. "Well," he finally said, "the truth is I really needed that steak more than you did. I want you to go out into the street and find someone who has not bathed for a week and come back and tell me what you see. Remember, just because someone does something nice for you doesn't mean they expect something in return. Find joy in helping others and making a positive impact on the world." Thank you for watching and see you in the next episode of 11 Lessons on the Art of Thinking Clearly. They may simply be a giver, someone who gets joy from helping others. Don't let cynicism or mistrust cause you to miss out on the chance to connect with these wonderful people. Give them the benefit of the doubt and see where it leads. You might be surprised at the beautiful relationships that can grow from it. So the student went out into the street and started looking around. He looked everywhere, and finally he saw a homeless man who had not bathed for a week. And the student went back to the teacher and said, "Here's a guy who hasn't bathed for a week. Is this the answer?" The teacher said, "No, look again. But this time when you find him, I want you to bathe him and give him new clothes." So the student went out again and found the same homeless man and did what the teacher told him to do. He gave him a bath. He gave him new clothes. He gave him food. And then he brought him back to the teacher. And the teacher asked him, "Now what do you see?" The student said, "Well, now he looks like you. We look the same." Then the teacher said, "The purpose of life is not to find someone who looks like you. The purpose of life is to find someone who thinks like you." Welcome to another episode of our series called 11 Lessons on the Art of Thinking Clearly. This episode is called Lesson No. 4, The Kindness of Others. Do you ever have trouble believing that someone would do something nice for you without expecting anything in return? Let's face it, we've all been burned before. Maybe someone promised to help us with something, and then they didn't follow through. Or maybe someone said they'd lend us money, and then they backed out at the last minute. Whatever it is, it can make us hesitant to trust others. In today's world, it can be tough to believe that someone would do something nice for us without expecting anything in return. We've all been hurt in the past, and it can make us afraid to trust others. But the truth is, there are still people out there who are willing to help others without expecting anything in return. They're called givers. Givers are people who get a great sense of satisfaction from helping others. They don't do it for recognition or for any other ulterior motive. They just want to make a positive impact on the world. But why should you care about this? Why does it matter whether or not you believe that people can be kind without expecting something in return? There was a man who was driving down a country road when he saw an old farmer standing next to his broken tractor. We hope you enjoyed this story and that it has given you a new perspective on the kindness of others. And remember, you too can be a giver.